Good morning. Well, I am back on trail and I have a big climb to where am I actually going? It's called Big Bald? I don't even know. See, it doesn't even say where I'm going. Some big bump. Man, do I have a story for you from last night. I didn't film it because I was in the person's house. But ultimately, yesterday, I went to Buena Vista. That's how you say it. Buena Vista. But I originally had called this inn. And the lady's like, we're full. But there's another person. I'm going to give her your number. I was like, okay. Then she texts me. Anne is gonna give you a call. No, Anne is gonna text you shortly. So then I got a text. And then this person texting me and saying, hello, I have a room. And I'm like, okay, where am I going? It was so confusing. She didn't really say where we're going, kind of like, I guess she assumed that I knew it was Buena Vista. I also was like, I didn't know if this was gonna be like a hotel. I had no idea. So then I'm like, okay, is the woman actually gonna pick me up or is somebody else gonna pick me up? And then she comes and picks me up and was a very, very nice lady. And she drove me all over Buena Vista and showed me around. And I stayed at her house. So, I mean, I don't know why I was so trusting. But it was an interesting scenario that was very unclear at the beginning. And I was just like, okay, I guess we'll see where I'm gonna go. But the lady picks you up at the trailhead, and then I was able to stay with her. It was beautiful, like nice, warm, hot shower. I was able to make myself coffee this morning. The bed was comfortable. All of it was great. I just didn't know where I was going. So I'm safe, back on trail. Also, a quick update on Mark Trail. We talked on the phone yesterday. He hiked 21.7 miles yesterday. He went to the exact same spot that I went to when I went out of Daleville that day. So we chatted and he said he wanted to be able to catch me in Waynesboro. And so then we kind of discussed and I started to create a plan for him because I've been the one that does generally the planning. So he wasn't sure if he could make it, what mileage he would have to do. And he wants to only hike like 12 miles on Friday. So I made a full plan for him. And I sent it to him. I said, this is what you're gonna hike, or you're gonna have to hike to get to Waynesboro on Friday, and for you to only have 12 miles to hike. So he's determined, which is awesome. I'm so glad he's feeling better. And then after we have our weekends, we'll be able to hike into the Shenandoah together. Now, isn't that some grand news? So that was Bald Knob, not Big Bald, Bald Knob. And got a little downhill goofing, then a back uphill goofing. I mean, it's like it's like a little bump today. But I'm mainly staying on top of the mountain. It's just like, it's not flat necessarily. You have to go up and down like a little roller coaster today. So I was trying to think what my plan was for today. I'd like to get to the priest shelter, which is about a 20-mile hike. The problem with that is if I keep hiking all these miles, I'm gonna get to Waynesboro on Wednesday, and I don't need to get there until Friday. So my plan is actually to get there on Thursday, like around noon, so that way I can get all my chores done. But so what I'll do is I will probably hike to the priest today, and then I will take the next 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, like pretty easily. There's some Devil's Backbone brewery that I'll go to tomorrow. So that'll be about, if I do the 20 today, then that'll be like a 15-mile hike. And then the day after, I'll probably do 10 miles. And then the day after, I'll do like 9, because I still want to be hiking. Like if I were to get into town and wait until Friday, I would just be bored. So I decided to kind of like maybe do a little bit more mileage today, so that the next 3 days are gonna be easy squeezy. Not easy because tomorrow I think tomorrow is gonna be the 3 ridges or 3 ledges. I always forget what it's called. It's not the easiest climb, and so it'll be nice to have some easier miles for the next 3 days. The other thing that I had thought about is maybe I'll just hike into Waynesboro early and then, you know, already get some mileage in for the Shenandoah. But that's not, that I don't want to do that, especially if Mark Trail is gonna catch up by Friday. So I'm gonna take it easy, essentially be waiting for the weekend, but also waiting for Mark Trail so that we can start together again in the Shenandoah. So yeah, anywho, that's the plan. We are getting to the top of Cold Mountain, and let's see if there's anything like a view. Hello.
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 Morning.
Good morning. Hi. Well, I don't know what that just was, but it, you know, looked like a bunch of Sawyers. At first I thought it was some firefighting peoples, some firefighters, but maybe some of you know. And I could have asked, but I'm really awkward. I don't really ask questions. You know, Mark Trail probably would have asked questions. Me, on the other hand, I'm just like, okay, bye. Lunch is ramen with some gravy from Biscuits and Gravy, as well as some freeze-dried meat that I added to it. So I think this will be very tasty. It is 1:18. I have about 8.5 miles left to the priest shelter, which is very much likely where I'm gonna go. Just because lunch was good. I guess my stomach is still not 100% from that thing that I had, though I felt pretty good yesterday. Today, so, but I've already hiked 12 some miles and got 8.5 to go. We're River Crossin right now. So, woohoo, River Crossin. Let's go. Guys, it's been an uneventful day for me, just as it has been for you. This section is pretty boring. Now, before all the Virginia people come at me, I love Virginia. Virginia is probably my favorite state. But this section right here, it's so boring. Anyway, I have about a mile left to the priest shelter, so maybe it'll be a little bit fun there, because in the priest shelter logbook, people put in their confessions. So I'm excited to read some of those. And I'm gonna camp there. Supposedly there are a good amount of campsites, and there is water, and I really need some water. However, this last mile is going to be a steep one. Let's go. Oh my goodness, I think I'm getting close. Well, I am at this here shelter right there. I read the confessions, but they're not really that risque this year. Come on, 2025, you can do better than that. 2022 was crazy. So I don't know, I was kind of like wondering where I should camp. At the top where the AT is, there were some spots, and then there's spots here. There's another person. So I don't know if I should stay here. I think I'll stay here. It's only like to the top or here. Nothing different. It's not like I have cell service or anything. No, I went somewhere else. Can I just say, okay, I'm gonna complain now, because I know I'm usually pretty positive and y'all like me being positive, but sometimes a girl's gotta complain. Can I just tell you how aggravating it is when the first thing that a person asks you when they meet you is, when was your start date? Not, hey, what is your trail name? Or, hey, how are you? Like, did you have a good day? No, like the first thing this guy asked me was, when'd you start? I was like, February 23rd. And I didn't ask him when he started, because I was not interested. 10 seconds later, I started March 15th. But you know, I don't think he really started March 15th. I think he's been skippity-doo-eyeing a little bit, but doesn't matter. But the thing is, he asked me my start date. He didn't even ask me my name. Even like we had a whole dinner. Didn't ask me my name. But I didn't ask him his name because I was already aggravated. So anyway, yeah, that was my complaining of today. I'm gonna set up my tent now. I ate already at the shelter, which is great, so then it's not where my tent is, and then I'll have to hang my bear bag.